In the first part, we saw how the terrifying zombie virus spread throughout the school, forcing everyone to fight for their lives. Amid the chaos, On-jo's father was tragically shot. If you haven't watched the first part yet, the link is in the I button or the description. Make sure to check it out. Now, let's see what happens next in this intense story. Soon, we see several soldiers arriving in the city of Yosa, rescuing the remaining survivors. At the same time, On-jo's father emerges from the water, and we learn that the bullet had only grazed him. His life was spared. On-jo begins to move forward carefully, hiding as he goes. Inside the school, everyone is still hiding in the same room. Namra has been bitten by Gue, so Suyog sits away with her. Suyog confesses his feelings, telling Namra that he likes her. Namra smiles and replies, "I like you too." Yuji had also been bitten by a zombie, but she didn't turn. While alone in another room, she hears strange noises and discovers a teacher hiding there. Overwhelmed by hunger, Yuji loses control and eats a live fish from the aquarium. This reveals that even though she was bitten, something inside her has changed. Seeing this, the teacher thinks Yuji has gone insane and tries to attack her, but she doesn't feel any pain. Then Yuji attacks back and devours him like a zombie. Namra's sense of hearing starts to sharpen. She can now hear faint sounds from far away. Yuji begins to vomit as the teacher turns into a zombie. Namra realizes that her hearing ability is becoming superhuman. Namra warns everyone, "We need to get out of here, it's getting dangerous." The group quickly starts planning their escape. Outside, Guénam is still alive. Though he was bitten by a zombie, he managed to control himself, which has made him stronger. Guénam hears a noise and follows it until he finds the leader of his old bully gang. The boss assumes Guénam is still normal and says, "You run that way, I'll head to the canteen, we'll confuse the zombies and meet there." Guénam realizes the plan is dangerous and refuses. The boss insists, "I'm stronger than you, do as I say." Guénam grabs him and throws him toward the zombies, letting them turn him into one of them. After that, Guénam decides to go after Chung-san. Inside the school, the students split the room into two sections. They play loud music to attract the zombies to one side, then rush to the roof from the other. Meanwhile, On-jo hides from soldiers and reaches an abandoned police station. Seeing zombies nearby, he picks up a gun and bullets, kills the zombies and continues forward. In the archery room, Minji and Hari are with their friends. One of them gets injured so they take him outside, but soon a horde of zombies approaches, forcing them to retreat and lock themselves in again. Elsewhere, a detective and another man take shelter in Chong-san's mother's restaurant. A little girl and Hisu's baby are there too. They flee from zombies and climb onto a rooftop, where they meet the blogger who had been collaborating with the zombies, but now he's trapped. The blogger pleads with the detective for help, but the other man abandons them and runs away. Back in the classroom, Chong-san and the others repeat their plan, splitting the room and using music to distract the zombies, and escape once again to the roof. The soldier's commander learns that a firefighter is rescuing kids inside the school and that many students are still trapped. He immediately orders a rescue team to move out. The students see a clear path and rush toward the rooftop. Guénam follows them, moving closer. The rescue team arrives as the group reaches the rooftop door, but it's locked. Yuji's friend tries to open it but fails. Zombies attack and the group fights back. The rescue team manages to save Yuji's friend. Yuji starts leaving the school. The people who once bullied her are now zombies. She returns to the school and sets it on fire. Guénam, now fully powerful, has learned to control himself after being bitten. Namra might be evolving the same way. On the rooftop, everyone lights an SOS signal to attract the rescue team's attention. On-jo's father keeps fighting through the zombies, trying to reach them. The detective and the blogger, trapped on another rooftop, climb onto a bus to escape. As night falls, the group on the school roof gathers around a fire. Namra pulls out her lighter and helps everyone warm up. Sitting around the flames, they hum softly, finding a little comfort in the chaos. Meanwhile, the detective drives his bus forward, but suddenly it crashes right into Yuji. The detective rushes out, shocked to see her unharmed. He says, "If you're okay, come with us. We're heading to the rescue camp." Just then, a group of soldiers arrives. The detective raises his hands, saying, "Don't shoot, I'm a detective." Back in the archery room, the four friends are still trapped. Minji begins learning archery from Hari so she can defend herself from zombies later. Up on the roof, everyone sings softly by the fire, finding a brief moment of peace. Down below, Nayeon comes out of the storage room. She finds a camera, turns it on, and watches the videos, realizing how many mistakes she made and how much she regrets everything. Nayeon thinks about taking food for everyone, but then she remembers how everyone treated her after she turned Gangu into a zombie. At first, she loses courage and just sits down, but then Miss Park's words echo in her mind. The teacher who risked her own life to save Nayeon, telling her to return to the group and apologize. Remembering Miss Park's sacrifice, Nayeon gathers courage, picks up the food, and decides to go meet everyone. But before she can, Guenam appears. Overwhelmed by hunger, he attacks Nayeon and eats her alive. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, everyone is sharing their feelings. Chong-san opens up to Ojo about his emotions, and Ojo quietly walks a little distance away, deep in thought. Soon after, Guenam, having devoured Nayeon, climbs up to the rooftop and tries to kill Ojo. Chong-san rushes to protect her but gets knocked down. Guenam injures his eye badly. Ojo tries to escape, but Guenam throws her aside. Suyog comes to help Chong-san and fights Guenam, but Guenam has grown so strong that he easily throws Suyog away too. Then Namra begins transforming as well. The group fights together against Guenam, but he overpowers them all. Suyog gets up again and attacks, while Namra grabs a burning stick and strikes Guenam, momentarily stopping him. Now just as strong as Guenam, Namra teams up with Suyog and throws him off the roof. Everyone finally catches their breath, but even after such a high fall, Guenam starts moving again. At the rescue camp, the commander captures a zombie to run virus tests. However, the virus keeps mutating, leaving the doctors confused. A soldier rushes in to inform the commander that they've found a detective who knows about an antidote. The commander immediately goes to see him. The detective explains that the virus was created by a teacher from Yosa High School, and the antidote is stored in a laptop kept in the school's science lab. The commander orders his soldiers to retrieve the laptop immediately. Meanwhile, Yuji's cowardly friend has already reached the rescue camp, and Yuji arrives there too with the detective and blogger. Her friend meets her and awkwardly says hello, but Yuji calls him a coward and says, "It would have been fun if you had stayed with me." She tells him she burned down the school and felt peace after doing so. When he asks if she's okay, Yuji replies, "Whenever I'm hungry, this happens to me." Back on the rooftop, everyone grows uneasy after seeing Namra's partial transformation. One girl nervously asks, "Are we all safe?" Namra admits she's never been good at being around friends, but these moments feel new and precious to her. Just then a helicopter appears. Everyone waves torches and signals their position. Soldiers spot the flames and descend to check them. Everyone's temperature is normal, except Namra's. After the inspection, the four of them move toward the helicopter. Meanwhile, the soldiers fight through the school, kill the remaining zombies, and retrieve the laptop. The commander orders them to rescue the students and bring them back. But before they can act, a man runs in, reporting a new incident at the rescue camp. Through the cameras, they discover that Yuji has actually eaten her own friend. The soldiers capture her and run tests, realizing she's infected with the virus, though she shows no visible symptoms. The students are about to board the helicopter, but the commander hesitates. He fears that one of them could be like Yuji, infected but undetected. He orders his men to leave the kids behind and return only with the laptop. The soldiers obey and fly away, leaving the group stranded. They shout and wave for help, but the helicopters fly past without seeing them. Zombies start running toward them and they flee for their lives. Meanwhile, Ojo's father continues his desperate journey to reach his daughter. On his way, he encounters a man whose pregnant wife is trapped inside a car. The man pleads for help, but Ojo's father tells him he must first save his daughter. He gives the man his gun and some food, saying, "The rescue team will be here soon, just hold on." Then he runs toward the school. Back at the rescue camp, Yuji has been restrained by soldiers. The doctor's tests reveal that the zombie virus inside her is still active and constantly mutating. The commander realizes that others in Yosa might also be infected. He immediately orders all recent arrivals from Yosa, including the detective and his companions, to be quarantined. Later that night, it begins to rain. After so long without water, everyone feels overjoyed. But the sound of thunder disturbs both Namra and Gue Nam. Chongsan suddenly gets an idea. Since zombies react to sound, the thunder might mask their noise and help them escape safely. He shares the plan. They'll move toward the mountain behind the school. Everyone agrees. Using the storm's noise as cover, they quietly climb down and move toward the back hill. Because of the thunder, the zombies can't hear them, and they make it out safely. Minji and Hari also lead their group toward the same direction, while Yongsan and others rush ahead. Suddenly, Chongsan comes face to face with his mother, now a zombie. She attacks the group. Chongsan is stunned, but his friends don't realize who she is and begin attacking her. He tries to stop them, shouting for them to wait, but they don't listen. Suyog intervenes, holding Chongsan back, until he yells out that the zombie is his mom. Everyone freezes in shock. Heartbroken, Chongsan breaks down as Ojo gently pulls him away to safety. Meanwhile, zombies keep charging toward them. Chongsan remembers his mother as she was before turning into a monster. At the same time, Minji and Hari continue along their path, but zombies chase them too. Two girls are running together when one trips and falls. Her selfish friend abandons her and runs. Just then another friend, Wojin, appears and saves the fallen girl from being bitten. Hari bravely fights off the zombies and manages to save Wojin. That's when Wojin realizes that she's actually his sister. Meanwhile, the selfish girl separates herself from the group. Hari is finally reunited with her brother, and together they make their way back to their friends. They all head toward the auditorium, but zombies are still lurking all around. Everyone rushes into a room for safety. Minji tries to pull her injured friend inside, but he tells her, "Leave me and save yourself." Minji refuses to abandon him, and a zombie ends up attacking and killing her friend. Hari quickly pulls Minji into the room and saves her. The others manage to escape as well and lock themselves inside. Cheong-san breaks down, crying as he remembers his mom. His friends apologize, realizing they had no idea she was among the zombies. Ojo comforts him. Outside, the selfish girl who had left the group gets attacked by zombies and turns into one herself. At the rescue camp, the commander watches a recording on Mr. Lee's laptop and discovers that there is no antidote. The virus keeps mutating. The only way to stop it is by burning the infected completely. Otherwise, it will spread again. The commander orders tighter security around Yosa and suspends all rescue operations. Meanwhile, inside the room, everyone covers their bodies and builds barricades to hold off the zombies. One zombie grabs a girl, but a boy steps in to save her. He gets bitten and realizes he's infected. Without hesitation, he sacrifices himself to hold off the zombies, giving his friends a chance to escape. The group pushes forward, but the zombies are still closing in. The commander realizes that if the zombies aren't stopped now, the infection will spread to other cities. He makes the hard decision to bomb Yosa completely. We then see Ojo's father arriving near the school. The survivors use the barricades to reach the back door of the auditorium. Unji and Suyo try to open it while the others fight off zombies. Ojo finally manages to unlock the door, and to her shock, her father is standing right there. Overjoyed, she runs to him, and everyone quickly escapes together. Meanwhile, Gunam searches for Cheong-san in the pickle room but finds Hari's friend instead. He asks about Cheong-san's whereabouts. By this time, Cheong-san and the others have already escaped. Ojo's dad tells the group they can survive by heading toward the mountain on the other side. But before they can make it, zombies rush toward them. They run toward an open field, fighting off the zombies one by one. Ojo's father distracts the zombies to protect the others, telling Cheong-san to take Ojo to safety. Ojo cries for her dad, but Suyo and Cheong-san drag her away. Unji locks herself inside a room since she's been bitten too. After ensuring everyone's safety, Ojo's father sacrifices himself, dying at the hands of the zombies. The group hides inside a nearby building. Ojo, heartbroken after losing her father, is comforted by Cheong-san. Meanwhile, Gunam bites a boy to find out where Cheong-san and the others went, and the boy later turns into a zombie. The group gets trapped again. Hari and Minji go ahead to find a way out. Ojo finally pulls herself together, but Gunam is already tracking them down. The commander decides to drop bombs in 4 areas using drones to wipe out the zombies. He orders his soldiers to make an announcement first, giving survivors a chance to escape. At the same time, Namra starts turning into a zombie and begins losing control. Just as she's about to bite Suyo, she regains consciousness and bites her own hand instead. Suyo calms her down, and when Namra hears the bomb announcement, she warns everyone that they must leave immediately. The drones fly over the city, emitting loud noises that lure the zombies away. Gunam finds Cheong-san and attacks him again, but both he and Namra get distracted by the drone sound. Taking advantage of the moment, Cheong-san throws Gunam down. Zombies from across the city gather in the targeted areas, and the commander gives the order to drop the bombs. Cheong-san, having been bitten by Gunam, knows he's turning soon. Thinking only about Ojo and his friend's safety, he gives Ojo his name tag and says, "Keep this with you always." Ojo already has another one, but she holds onto it tightly. Cheong-san hugs her for the last time, says goodbye, and gives her hand to Suyo before walking back into the building. He lures all the zombies toward himself, clearing the way for his friends to escape. On the rooftops surrounded by zombies, Cheong-san fights them off. Gunam climbs back up, still alive. Below, the others manage to reach safety. Gunam confronts Cheong-san again. Cheong-san shouts, "You think you're some kind of hero, but you're nothing, just a coward and a loser." He punches Gunam in the eye, and a brutal fight breaks out. Gunam injures Cheong-san's eye in return. At that moment, the commander orders the bomb drop. Explosions erupt across Yosa, burning everything to the ground. On the rooftop, Cheong-san grabs Gunam, shielding him as they both fall. Debris crashes around them while the survivors protect themselves from the blast. Watching the destruction, the commander freezes. He feels the weight of his actions but hides his emotions. He promotes one of his officers to lead future missions and quietly walks away. When he reports back to a politician, she grabs his collar and screams, "You're a murderer! You killed countless people." The commander replies, "I know. That's why I came here. The survivors still need leadership. Tell them I'm sorry." Later, the commander records a final message in his cabin, calls his wife one last time, and then takes his own life. On the other side, the survivors watch the destroyed building where the fight took place. Now nothing remains. The zombies have burned to ashes, and dust falls over the ruins. Among the debris, Ojo's name tag can be seen, but there's no sign of Cheong-san. At the rescue camp, everyone looks heartbroken as they witness their city burning. By morning, the group stays put. Ojo returns to the destroyed building to look for Cheong-san. Namra and Suyo accompany her, but they don't find him. Namra comforts Ojo and tells everyone it's time to leave. They head back toward the rescue camp. Meanwhile, soldiers enter the city, killing the remaining zombies and rescuing survivors. In the forest, the lost group follows the trail marks left by Ojo's father and finally reaches a town near Yosa. When Namra hears the distant growls of zombies, she warns everyone. They quickly arm themselves from a nearby shop and prepare to fight. As the zombies approach, the group launches into battle. Namra unleashes her strength, killing several zombies with a single strike. During the fight, one zombie attacks Hari from behind, but her brother, Wojin, jumps in and saves her. Monju and Des fight off the zombies and pull Wojin to safety, but it's too late. He's been bitten and begins to turn. No one can bring themselves to kill him, because he's Hari's brother. But when he starts attacking Hari, Namra steps in and breaks his neck, ending his suffering. Suyo arrives, and everyone is devastated as Hari mourns her brother's death. Overcome with rage, she grabs a weapon and starts killing zombies, but Namra stops her, saying they need to escape. Namra herself is struggling. She feels the hunger to eat humans, just like Gunam and Unji before her. But she keeps fighting for control. The group runs again, but Namra suddenly stops, nearly attacking Suyo before turning away and biting her own arm to restrain herself. As the others move forward, Suyo realizes Namra stayed behind. He and Ojo go back to find her, and they do, but what they see breaks their hearts. Namra is eating a dead zombie, completely losing control. When she sees Ojo, she rushes toward her and attacks. Suyo tries to stop her but fails. He raises a weapon to kill Namra but can't do it. Somehow, Namra regains control at the last moment. She doesn't want to hurt her friends. Without saying a word, she runs away into the darkness. Suyo and Ojo try to follow, but she disappears, heading quietly toward the ruins of their old school. Soon, the others make it out of the forest, where soldiers find them. The group surrenders peacefully. As they walk forward, memories of their fallen friends flash before them, those who sacrificed their lives so they could survive. The soldiers escort them back to the rescue camp. Ojo feels crushed by grief. One of her father's fellow soldiers approaches and asks where he is. Ojo says nothing, but the man understands. The group is interrogated, but they refuse to reveal much. Eventually, they're placed under captivity along with other Yosa survivors. Time passes slowly. 3 months later, things begin to return to normal. The zombie outbreak has nearly ended, and martial law over Yosa is lifted. Everyone is released from captivity. Ojo steps outside, smiling faintly, though they still remain in quarantine. One night, Ojo sneaks out of the camp and walks into the forest, to a tree where she tied ribbons bearing the names of her friends who died during the outbreak. Among them hangs Cheong-san's name tag. She looks up at the tree and notices a faint fire glowing on the school rooftop in the distance. Her heart skips a beat. Could it be Namra? The next morning, Ojo tells Suyo what she saw, convinced that Namra is still alive. They decide to return to the school that night. When darkness falls, the friends gather again near the same tree and begin their journey back. There are no zombies on the way, so they reach the school easily. The building is completely destroyed, and everyone feels emotional seeing the ruins. They climb up to the rooftop, where the fire still burns. Suddenly, Namra appears. She's alive, and she has complete control over herself now. The group is overjoyed to see her again. They ask Namra to come with them, but she smiles and says she's not alone. There are others like her, people who were bitten but managed to control the infection. Namra turns toward the edge of the rooftop and says, "Look, they're here." Then she runs and jumps off the building. The group watches in shock as the screen fades. And with that breathtaking moment, All of Us Are Dead comes to an end. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. This was a thrilling journey of zombies, friendship, and courage. Tell us in the comments, what was your favorite moment? And get ready, because the next recap will be even more explosive.